You are now listening to the District 2 Sports Podcast, available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. It costs you nothing to smash that like button. Leave us a review and follow District 2 Sports on Facebook, X, and Instagram for more content and coverage. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, it's the District 2 Sports Podcast, and today we're joined by Ethan Ross, the starting quarterback for Averett University. Ethan has been a key leader for the Cougars this season, helping guide their offense in ODAC play and making his mark with his arm and decision-making. We'll talk about his journey to Averett, what it's like competing in one of the toughest D3 conferences in the region, and the goals for the rest of the season for the Cougars. Ethan, congratulations on a stellar season so far, and welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, before we got on, we're trying to amplify, the talent there in the ODAC. We think D3 is a good conference, but kind of looking at this season so far for Averett, we looked at it and was like, well, there's probably no one doing really well. Looking at the schedule, how it is so far, but looking at your stats, you're, I think like second or third or first in a lot of categories there as in passing for the ODAC. So if you kind of explain like how you find success so far this season with Averett not doing, as well in the record books.
I'd say it definitely starts with everyone together, play calling, coaching staff, O-line, receivers, running backs. They all do their best and put me in the position to do well and succeed.
I was looking at this. So you're second in attempts or completions. You're, I think, third in yards, second in TD, so you're kind of lighting it up there, man. It's just it was just very interesting seeing that. I think you're throwing for 219 a game. So, what are you seeing out there? Are you staying in the pocket? Are you kind of scrambling out there to kind of get some more space and look for receivers downfield?
I'd say I definitely scramble a little bit, just get out of the pocket. It eases up everything, and new stuff gets open. But it's felt much slower this year, and I'm really able to process it better, which obviously helps being a quarterback, just seeing the defense and processing everything better from last year, the couple games that I played. So it's all come a little bit slower, and I felt more confident in reading and just all of that type of stuff.
Ethan, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give away my age here real quick. So when I was at Averett, North Campus didn't even exist. So there was no football team. There was no field house. We played the basketball team actually played in the little the bandbox over there on West Main Street. So I'm sure you over know what I'm talking about. But anyway,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So besides the obvious, I know you guys are pretty much last and haven't won a game yet in the conference. Just what do you see as far as a outlook, or how do you stay positive on a daily basis as far as the way the season has progressed and will progress?
I'd say we try to take it just week by week, and it's a new week to go out and win a game, and it changes every week. Obviously, the opponent's different, the schemes are different, so it really just changes every week, and we try to be positive going into the week and confident in what we have going in, and just try to do our best throughout the week to practice-wise, and then go out on Saturdays and give everything we got.
So is the team, can you break it down into, how, I guess, young, what is the senior / junior / sophomore / freshman ratio? Do you have any clue about that as far as your starting offense and defense?
I'd say offensive line is pretty scattered through. We got a couple seniors and a couple young guys, a couple freshmen stepping up. Receiver-wise, we got a couple seniors, and then it's really just juniors, sophomores, and then we got a couple freshmen that are stepping up, making plays. So that's good to see. And then defensive-wise, it's I'd say we're pretty younger this year defensively, but we definitely have a couple older guys that are leading the defensive side.
How complicated is the playbook? I mean, is it something that's going to take you a year or two to learn, or how's that going to work?
I'd say at first it definitely seemed complicated because we got our new offense coordinator in the fall. We didn't have him in the spring, so we had to learn pretty quickly. But once everything started flowing and we got on the field more and more meetings, and it all started to click, and I feel like we're really starting to understand it better and know what's going on, which is good.
I know you. I know you said that the OC just came there, but I do want to talk about just playing the position in general. I think you played in 4 games as a redshirt freshman. I think you still led the team in passing yards as a redshirt freshman in those 4 games. But how valuable was that experience to you and your development, getting that playing time last year and kind of in those 4 games?
It was definitely big. It was good to get out there. And last year we had a lot of seniors, so they helped me through everything, which was nice. And they led me and taught me the ways of playing college football. Um, and we were doing well. And I think I know it was Ferrum, but I ended up breaking my leg. I broke my fibula, so that ended the season. But it was definitely good to be out there, and obviously starting those first couple of games was good to get comfortable and kind of get the pace and all of that type of stuff.
Favorite play in the playbook?
Oof. I gotta say probably a shot concept. It's a deep post with a deep like over route. Just basically high low into safety, and if it's in man, no safety up top, you give them a shot deep. If not, we got a couple check downs low too. So I think that's got to be my favorite one.
All right, I'll ask one more question. I know Gregory's got some very technical questions, and so how? I guess this would be technically your second year in Danville. Is that correct?
This will be my third, but
Third.
redshirt sophomore. Yeah.
So how complicated or how much culture shock has it been for you to be here versus that Chantilly, traffic jam, people constantly going here, there, and everywhere? How have you adjusted to this culture here?
Oh, it's definitely different. Being in Northern Virginia, there's a lot going on. There's stuff everywhere all the time. It doesn't stop wherever you go. Here it's definitely calmer, less lively at times, but it can definitely get pretty packed, especially at games, which is nice to see. And just overall, it's definitely different, but I've grown to like it. It's definitely a change coming from summer back here and then back for summer and winter breaks.
How has the following been, or how is do you get a good following, or do you hear anything from these guys, whether it's good, whether it's bad? I mean, what's the alumni like as far as Averett's concerned?
It's definitely good. I've had a couple of the former football players reach out to me last year and a couple this year, and obviously they've been at some of the guys that when I was here freshman year. Like I still keep in touch with all the guys that graduated or all of that, but they definitely still try to help out and be at any games they can. They're all good. They're all good friends with Coach Henry, so they keep in touch all the time, and they're all great.
What is Coach Henry's message to you guys, or how has it changed any from game one to now with the way the season has progressed? And if it has, what did it start out as, and what is it now?
I'd say obviously it's changed because of how the seasons come, but it really hasn't changed drastically, and the same values are still what we value. It's more just we know our record and we know we have to do better. We have to practice better, all of that type of stuff, execute better. But the focus is still on ourselves and trying to get better each week.
Ethan, you said something earlier about breaking your fibula. I think you said. I saw a picture of you playing The leg sleeve, is that for show or is that, protect, for that leg that you may have broken?
Well, last year I did wear, so actually, week 3 I broke it, and then I was kind of it at first we didn't think it was broken, so I kind of
Mm.
like took a couple weeks off and practiced,
Oh.
and then I actually ended up playing against Bridgewater, and a couple plays in I got hit there, and I knew something was wrong. But this year it has nothing to do with that leg. It's I got a bad turf burn the
Oh, yeah.
first game, and now that's kind of gone, but I was like the feeling, so I kind of just kept it.
It looks nice. I was like, all the guys are wearing one leg sleeve or one, arm sleeve, whatever it is. I was like, wondering, I was like, is that the same leg he hurt, or is that just for show right there? So, but it makes sense with you guys playing on turf.
A little bit
I
of
want to take it
both.
back. I like that. I want to take it back a little bit further. So, when did you, when you're at Chantilly playing? I guess you played quarterback there, obviously, but
Yeah.
when did you start getting kind of offers or looks towards college, or when did you start thinking about college? Is it your junior year, or you trying to get some stuff in your senior year?
Later in junior year, at least the season later year, I started getting a couple like emails, Twitter DMs, all of that type of stuff, and I was wanting to play, but still wasn't entirely sure. Just see how the senior year goes, and then that summer it started to ramp up, and then throughout the senior season, it definitely got more involved and with coaches coming into school and visits and all that type of stuff.
I'll even go a step further. So, how or when did you learn about Danville, and what was the actual turning point, or what actually convinced you to go to Averett?
Well, they reached out to me along with a bunch of other schools, and obviously it's still in Virginia, and I do have some family in North Carolina, probably like an hour and a half away. And then one of my youth coaches, one of the guys that he's coached, also came here, so he knew he knew the area, he knew the place, and he didn't really try to get me to go here, but he talked positive of it, and so that was definitely helpful. And then coming and visiting here, I visited a couple times. I had an overnight. I guess it was my senior year, and then I did it again. I had another just visit later that year, and Coach Henry and all the coaches were very welcoming and supportive. And I also liked that after the freshman year, I knew there was a senior quarterback in. He's actually our quarterback coach now, Bryce Jackson. Um, so I knew he was going to be coming out, and I could learn from him my freshman year, and then hopefully take the starting job, which worked out well. Just didn't like to see my season end like that last year, but we're back and feel good.
I want to ask you about, so, I mean, was it strictly where you can find the quickest playing time, or did you kind of factor in like the scene, academics? I mean, and then what other colleges did you take visits to or interested in?
I'd say it was a little bit of everything. The campus, I like the smaller campus, smaller class sizes. I feel like you can't go wrong with that. Everybody's welcoming. Um, Everybody I met on the football team, like when I came and visited, was nice and supporting and all of that type of stuff. But really, it was just the coaches being supportive and all of that type of stuff that really got me here.
I want to. So you played, I guess Chantilly. Are these 6A? Is that what they are?
Yes, exactly.
So, question about this. So 6A, North Virginia, you're gonna play against teams who have kids going D1, all over the country. So I got a question about the level of playing field that you're on now. So, like, what did you know about the ODAC before you got there, for D3 football? And then, as far as the players you're playing against, week out, weekly basis, is it similar to what you faced in high school, or is it can you tell a difference at all? Is it maybe higher?
I'd say the pace is definitely faster as all college sports would be. 6A is definitely very very fast as well though. I mean, I've played my senior year. I played guys linebacker at Penn State. I've played corners at I believe FSU, Florida State. So, and then actually my junior year, we had a defensive end go to Notre Dame. He's at JMU now, and running back go to UVA. So it's definitely practicing and playing against that type of competition definitely helped going here. But I'd say the pace and everything involved in college football is definitely a step up, but it's been good.
I know you guys just finished with Randolph-Macon last weekend, and you're going to face what I consider an All-American quarterback this weekend. Do you actually have a personal relationship with any of these other quarterbacks, or actually any players in the league or in the ODAC conference that you keep up with on a weekly basis, or do you just keep everything to yourself and just move on and be Ethan Ross?
I wouldn't say I have a connection or anything with anybody in the ODAC, but definitely some of the outside schools who like I train with in the off season and that type of stuff. I know a bunch of guys from Northern Virginia that do play in the ODAC, just different positions.
I want to ask you, so obviously you're doing well as a quarterback, passing wise and whatnot. For you guys to find success the rest of the season, who are some other guys, maybe whether it's on the line or the running back or wide receiver position or even defense, that need to step up for you guys and kind of help out there?
We definitely have a couple guys on the line, receivers, and even running backs that have been playing well and stepping up. We got a couple seniors on the offensive line. Vincent Kettner, he's doing well. And then outside we got our senior Jamari Owens. He's been scoring a bunch of touchdowns this year, getting open for me, so that's been good. Caden Jackson and Christian Jones have also been good. Lumpkins, he's been good. All guys that have stepped up and played well for us and getting open and making my job easier. And then running back wise, Gabby Soto stepped up. Deacon, he's been playing well. And obviously any sort of protection, they're involved at the start. And last week against Macon, Soto had a pretty good game pass wise. He had like 9 catches for 63 yards, so he was catching the ball well.
Ethan, is there a guy, such as a receiver? I mean, you don't have to name him if you don't want to, but Devontae Adams and our boy Rogers. I mean, they had a special relationship, and Rogers could always find him, or Devontae would always know where Rogers was, and he could be somewhere where, if he had to scramble out of the pocket, he could always, run a different route or break off a route and be near him. Edelman and Brady had that special kind of relationship. Is there someone in your team, one of your receivers, even if it's a back, is it somebody on there that looks after you in those situations?
I'd say I definitely have. I'm very comfortable with a lot of the receivers. They're all they're good at certain things, which makes it nice. We have like a jump ball, we have like a route runner, like sure hands, that type of stuff. So it's nice having a little bit of everything and knowing how they play and knowing the concepts and all that type of stuff, like filling in the holes in the zone and knowing they can, when I scramble outside, knowing they'll come back to the ball and get a play and make a play for me. So it overall makes it easier on me.
Ethan, you mentioned the QB coach as someone you kind of look towards for help on the field and stuff like that. Has there been any other mentors, whether on the team or academics or family, that have helped you out through this the first couple seasons there, or first 3 seasons?
I'd say definitely the coaching staff has helped out. Offensive coordinator last year was pretty helpful and big in my growth overall as a player and as a person. And then definitely my family as well. Obviously, they're always with me. They come to every game they can, and so it's been nice to have them really supportive through everything. Especially last year when I broke my leg, they were still supportive and came out to as many games as they could. And just overall, I'd say both family and the coaching staff have really helped me out. And especially last year, like I said, getting me through that. And now being back this year, it's nice playing.
For you personally, how do you juggle, being in the playbook, academics, and then just being Ethan Ross and having some fun on campus? I mean, is it you found it difficult, or has it gotten easier for you as the season goes on or the years go on?
I'd say it's always a little difficult. I wouldn't say difficult, but different coming into the season just because it's not summer anymore. You got school, football, film, practice. Got to find time to eat, sleep, all of that. But it's after the first couple of weeks, and once we get out of a fall camp, it really starts to settle down, and you start to get on a schedule. And I've got the schedule pretty down now, where wake up, school, practice, eat, just find time for film. Really, just it's all comfortable with me now, and I really settled in, so that helps with everything.
And again, another personal question for you. I just kind of want to know how you think and feel. I mean, when you see your name at the top of the leaderboard is there, or second, first, third, in the ODAC, as far as passing and stuff, how does it make you feel? You feel like you're maybe trusting in more of your process and know what you're doing is you're doing the right stuff?
I'd say it's definitely helpful to know that I can produce, and knowing and trusting and believing in the offense and the schemes and everything like that. I really didn't even pay attention to much of what has really been the stat wise, other than obviously our record. But I've had a couple people come up to me and give me a little shout that the stats are what they are, but it's it's pretty good. I mean, just try to get better every week.
I would want to ask. I mean, you threw for 9 TDs, and then you had the 8 interceptions. Not trying to make doom and gloom or anything like that, but like, what have you? And those 8 interceptions, has it been like getting outside the pocket, maybe having to scramble, making a rush throw or something like that? And then how can you improve upon those, as the season goes on?
Turnovers, they've definitely been more than I've wanted, obviously. A couple have been tipped, a couple just rolling out, just tipped in the air, but a couple have obviously been wrong reads or something obviously I don't always see, but it's definitely been an emphasis on getting turnovers down, because obviously you can't be turning over the ball, and I'm getting more comfortable with check downs and all that type of stuff, and so it's we're working towards it to get better.
Ethan, I don't know why I turned red on here either way, but somehow I turned red. I can't figure this out. I don't know. But look, just a quick question about, the ODAC in itself. What is your mindset? I mean, I don't want to throw shade to anybody such as, you guys, Guilford, or anybody like that, that's kind of low on the totem pole right this moment. But I mean, what's it like trying to run that gambit when you have to face, Hampton Sydney, Randolph-Macon, Washington Lee, now Shenandoah, and now I guess I would add Roanoke to the collection as well. But what's it like when even like this week, you just faced Randolph-Macon last week, and now you got to face Hampton Sydney on back-to-back weeks. So what's it like having to run that gambit, and how is that preparation for those games?
Well, obviously we know who they are, they know who we are. There's nothing you can escape from that. It's definitely ramped up intensity going into these weeks, and us knowing who they are. And honestly, I enjoy playing these bigger, more powerhouse teams, because it's just more to study and film, more to prep for, just all of that type of stuff. So I enjoy it. I look forward to it, and hopefully we can start producing and getting some wins.
And the reason why I brought those interceptions, because I was curious. I wanted to know, like, you obviously seen the NFL, they have a iPad to go to the sideline. They can see exactly what happened. So I don't know if Averett has the same capabilities, but is there someone in the booth upstairs who's saying, "Hey, this is what I saw. This is what you saw"? Or are you on the phone right after the play is over? Or how does that work out? Or you just don't do anything and you get back out there and ready for the next play?
Yeah, we do have the tablets on the sideline, so that's definitely nice to see. And then every now and then I'll take one of the coaches' headsets the other player headset that we have and talk to the guys up top and see what they're seeing and just talk it out and be ready for the next drive, because that's the biggest thing when you got turnovers. Just don't dread on it too much and just next play.
How many tablets have made it to the ground or in frustration?
Oh, none yet. I'm not a very expressive. I don't know the word. I can't think of the word, but I don't show emotion too much, which could be a good thing, but could also be a bad thing. But I haven't smashed any tablets yet or touched out any players.
In other words, he's not like your dad.
I was wondering, you see Aaron Rodgers, the famous, what was it, his famous GIF where he's throwing the iPad on the ground or everything like that. Yeah. So what, I mean, as far as like the offense goes, when you're out there, I mean, how much of a freedom do you have out there to see what you see on the field and make checks as needed, or is that all coming from the coach?
It's definitely a balance. I have a good amount of freedom to switch to protections. If I like something on the outside, I can check it out and switch to that, or if I want to flip the run play, all that sort of thing, just based on the defense and what they're really giving us. And so it's I definitely enjoy having that freedom, because obviously it's when you see something and you don't like it, or you see something and you really do like it, it's nice having the freedom to either keep it or switch it up.
For you on Saturdays, I mean, is your whole family coming down from Chantilly on game days to watch you play, or you have family coming from North Carolina?
Yeah, usually my mom and dad come, and then I got two brothers. One's in high school, one's a freshman at George Mason, and so they're usually busy. But they try to come as much as they can. We also have a dog at home, so that sometimes they got to stay at home with her. But they try to get out as much as they can. And my parents, they come to really every game I play in.
So you guys obviously have Hampton Sydney. I think they're top three defense, or they were top three defense in the ODAC. What are some things, I mean, much as you want to give us, what are things you've seen on maybe on film or just game planning you guys can prepare for on Saturday?
I'd say overall we have a good idea on what their coverages are, their stunts, their fronts, blitzes. They run a lot of different coverages. They disguise it pretty well, but I feel like overall we've had a good week of film and practice, and I think it'll line up where if we execute well, we'll be good.
Do you got any more questions before we get to some rapid fire here?
Well, I was just going to ask if, Ethan, let's get past your senior year or get to your senior year, or, if you've got an overnight visit with a kid or whatever that's coming in that's interested in Averett, I went back when we talked about, North Campus didn't exist when I was in school. I mean, you guys have some of the, great facilities in D3 that I can think of. And, just kind of, what's your spiel? I mean, what's your spiel to that athlete that's thinking about, playing on the next level?
I'd say here it's definitely a welcoming environment. Everybody's here to help you and to guide you through to be a better person, student, and if you're on the football team, then obviously be a better football player as well. Obviously the facilities are nice. We got the field house, the stadium. We just got new turf last year, so that's all been nice. The basketball gym, arena. We got classrooms up there, weight rooms. It's definitely nice. It's cool to see all this stuff on North Campus that, like you were talking about, that you didn't have. It's definitely cool seeing everything and them trying to renovate everything and get it nice every year.
Well, Gregory, he may have said this, and he may not have said that, but we're going to be at the ball game on Saturdays with against Hampton Sydney. So maybe we can catch a quote or get something from you on the mic before the game starts, and maybe talk to you afterwards. But I'm looking forward to seeing you in person and seeing you in action in person. So from from an Averett alumnus, I would like to, give you all the praise and Gregory, we talked about it earlier. I'm sitting here looking at the stats on Saturday, and we looked at the scores, the results, and I see that, there was a loss to Randolph-Macon this past Saturday. But then I look over in the individual stats and I see, what? There's Ethan Ross. He's over 1,000 yards, and so it's a pleasure. So it's a pleasure to see that, and I think everything's in line. I look forward to seeing you play in the future, and congrats on a good season so far. Hey, see if we can't pull the upset Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's the goal.
Well, Ethan, we end these interviews with a rapid fire, so it's either or question. So I'll give you two options. You just give me what comes to your mind first, okay?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, turf or grass?
Grass. Good grass.
Early morning lift or late night film session?
Probably late night film session.
All right. Win at home in front of your home crowd or quiet the crowd on the road?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I gotta say win at home.
Like that. Pocket passer or are you rolling out dual threat?
Dual threat.
Like that. Hot weather or cold weather?
Cold. I like the cold. I like playing in the cold.
NFL or college?
Ooh, that's difficult. I gotta go with NFL. I'm a big Washington fan.
And with that, I'm going to ask you this. This is not on the list, but who's an NFL guy or college guy that you kind of take your game after?
I'd say it's a little bit of a couple people. Definitely Aaron Rodgers passing wise, like Manning and Brady reading the field and like check down or like audibles and that type of stuff. And then like Lamar and Jaden Daniels and Mike Vick, like rushing wise, just getting out of the pocket and that type of stuff.
Like that. Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Or Under Armour? Okay. Nike. Good. All right. This is right here. This has been, I don't know. It's been confusing to me. So I think the old heads like this one, and the new kids are liking the other one. So Powerade or Gatorade?
That's difficult. We have Powerade here at Averett, but I think I got to go Gatorade.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. We've had so many kids, or just people in general, say Powerade here lately. I'm like, what is going on? So
No, yeah, I still got to go Gatorade.
There must be some social media influencer or something that. Dink and dunk, or are you more of the deep ball passer?
That's tough.
Or you take what the defense gives you, I guess.
I'll take what the defense gives.
Okay, here we go. Pre-game meal.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Is it by the head coach? The head coach make peanut butter and jellies like they did at Florida, back in the day, or is it you're doing it yourself?
I wish. That'd be nice. No, I'm kidding. Usually like Uncrustable, or I'll make one up right before I head over to the stadium.
There we go. And then last one, what's your go-to music for pregame?
Ooh. Sometimes I don't even really listen to music pregame. I like hearing everything around me. But if I had to do something, it'd probably be a little bit of like rap, but a little bit of like calmer, like slower stuff. Still a little mixture.
Oh, that'd be great. So, yeah.
I was gonna say Bublé. So I guess he could do Bublé, or he could do some Bieber or Big X, huh?
I guess so. Yeah.
The most popular one we've had, like I think it's probably been about 80% of the time, is NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, it's definitely a popular one within the locker room.
Actually, no. I'm glad you just said that. The locker room. We always ask this one too, and I forgot this one. Who's louder in the locker room, the offense or defense?
Definitely the defense.
Yeah.
Defense loves to talk.
I don't know. It's like I always say that those guys probably have CT over there. They probably don't know what they're doing, so they probably got to be loud. So.
Yeah, once the defensive guys get to talking, the offense definitely gets loud too. But it always seems to start with the defense.
Yep, I agree.
All right, Ethan. Besides going out and winning this game this weekend, I got one more mission for you to take on. can you please tell Coach Henry we would want to talk to him sometime? We've been tracking this guy down for 2 years, man. So tell him, just give us a lot. Tell him how easy we are on people, and we just want 20 minutes of his time. Okay.
I'll let him know later at practice. I'll try to put in a good word for you guys.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Well, you heard it here from Ethan Ross, the redshirt sophomore QB there at Averett University. He's having a stellar year there. So, Ethan, we thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you guys again for having me.
No problem. We'll see you Saturday too. So hopefully we get to talk to you there as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Ethan.
buddy.